what's saved the world. I don't know what's possible. Can handle what the future holds. Something being important to our consciousness now. Others will feel entirely.
Oh boy, it's happening. It's happening.
Oh boy. Oh, sorry about the sound thing here in the beginning. I totally thought I had that worked out. That was my bad. I screwed that up, and holy shit, we just got ourselves a super chat. Are you kidding me, dude? We got a $200 super chat from Sewer Guy Rob. Let the grift begin. Much love. Yes, much love is right. Although, hold up. This is not right. This right here is not right. Excuse me. That's dumb. Oh, now my head's massive. Hey, I said 1080p, not 3000p or whatever you put me on there. Fucking. Here, I'll just do this. Welcome back. So, yeah, welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet where everything happens live and we just kind of like wing it or whatever. But goddamn, mother suckers, some shit just happened today that we've all been waiting for. Well, maybe, I don't know, all of us have been waiting for. I've been waiting for it. Hopefully you've been waiting for it. But peeps have been talking about how this guy that was the president of the United States of America that may or may not have been impeached twice, may or may not have gotten indicted. But first, we got to do it all right. We got to do it all right. Welcome back to another episode of the best world show on the internet. I'll be your host. My name is Manuel Chavez III, or the Turd, depending on how you know me. And damn, it is a strange time to be alive, my friends. I never thought it was going to be like this. So let's just go out there into the chat, Rudy, and start shouting some people out. Like this person, CV, welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. How's it going, Day of the Rope? What's up to King V the Fourth? How you doing, Sewer Guy Rob? What's up to Aaron? How are you doing, Nathan R? What's up to Mr. Blacksmith? And then we got Magic Poop hanging out, doing his thing. Victoria Greyjoy, that Magic Judy person. Austin 108. What's going on to all of y'all out there? How are you doing, Mr. Lantern Light? This person named Cannard Sally. Hello, hello, hello. And everyone else out there that's just came to chill in for this little momentous occasion. I feel like it is a momentous occasion because nothing like this has ever happened before in the history of the United States of America. So here we go, guys. We're in there. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, I was like looking at the news stuff, but I guess there's really no other way of putting it down other than saying, dude, the news about Donald Trump today is crazy, dude. The Manton DA just announced that he plans to get Donald Trump elected in 2024. It's being reported out of the Babylon Bee. I can't even believe it, dude. Alvin Bragg has finally decided that he definitely wants a Trump 2024 presidency, and he decided on getting it. Although he really didn't decide on getting it. This is a Babylon Bee article. It's completely satire. That's not actually what we're talking about. What we're going to talk about is Donald Trump, right? He just got indicted, suckers. He got indicted in the court of the laws or whatever. And in that court of the laws or whatever, they're saying that he's going to maybe go to prison or something. I don't know who came up with all of this bullshit, but it's where we're at. And now we got CNN doing live threads. We got freaking the New York Times doing live threads. Like, people are on this shit right now. And it's kind of unbelievable, okay? It is a freaking mess. I don't think... Are we going to be able to survive as a country through this shit? Is this really like happening? Because I feel like it is real. It's really happening. And there's not going to be anything that we could do as people, right, to change this. This is all New York City. This is the Manhattan DA's office. No, it's a grand jury. The grand jury in some hush money payment thing that was happening in some debunk thing or some situation that got handled 7 years ago. Well, guess what? They're bringing up old shit again. And that old shit has just come to roost. And now Mr. Donald Trump will be the first former president to face criminal charges. The precise charges aren't known yet, but the case is focused on hush money payments to porn star Stormy Daniels during his 2016 campaign with Michael Cohen and all those other individuals out there. And what are they saying? It's an unprecedented case against Trump will have wide-ranging implications. Donald J. Trump was indicted in Manhattan on Thursday for his role in paying hush money to porn star, according to 5 people with knowledge of the matter. The historic development that will shake up the 2024 presidential race and forever mark him as the nation's first former president to face criminal charges. On Thursday evening, after news of his charges have been widely reported, the district attorney's office confirmed that Mr. Trump had been indicted and that the prosecutors had contacted Mr. Trump's attorney to coordinate his surrender. 3 people with knowledge of the matter said Mr. Trump was expected to turn himself in and face arraignment early next week, which point the specific charges will be unsealed. So can we get a big F in chat for everybody? If you're a Donald Trump fan, go ahead and start dropping an F in the chat. If you're not a Donald Trump fan, you could drop whatever letter that you want. We'll just consider it. If it's not an F, it's there. But you know what? I want to just see Fs right now rolling down the chat. I just want to see tons of Fs coming in here because this is just an F, just big F. I'm just going to put an F. I want to see it on Rumble. I want to see it on YouTube. I want to know you guys are actually real. I don't give a crap if you don't ever chat at anybody else's thing or whatever. I want to see it. I want to see them Fs. Look at all them Fs. Yep. Or, you know, if you're not into Trump or whatever, you could put a W. Like Victorian Greyjoy, he says it's a W. But everybody else is putting out the Fs. Dogface Pony Charger put EFF. I don't know what the Electronic Frontier Foundation got with all of this Dogface Pony Soldier, but whatever. Mr. Blacksmith, goddamn. Nice usage. Nice usage. So yeah, we're putting F in chat because Donald Trump got indicted, and that's just an F. That's an F for America. That's an F for Donald Trump supporters. That's an F for basically everyone that wanted the globalists to get destroyed, right? No. I don't know. The F is just saying that you support Trump and this is a bad situation. That's why you press F. And if you push anything else, that means that you're a lying pony soldier, Democrat, POS, and everyone hates you. Yeah, there we go. That's how we're going to put it. Yep. That's how we're going to put it. Yep, you can put your FJBs, your FJODs, your BOPs, whatever you want to put in there. But yeah, as I figured, there's basically everything but Fs except for one person put a W. Yeah, that's super weird. But you know what? Hey, you know what you find out about the people that are around you is very, very interesting. And then even the National Joneses over there sitting there, F, F, F. Most people are blown away. And Mr. Trump has for decades avoided criminal charges despite his persistent scrutiny and repeated investigations, creating an aura of legal invincibility that the indictment threatens to puncture. His actions surrounding his 2020 electoral defeat are now the focus of a separate federal investigation, and a Georgia prosecutor is in the final stages of an investigation into Mr. Trump's attempts to reverse the election results in that state. But unlike the investigation that arose from his time in the White House, this case is built around a tawdry episode that predates Mr. Trump's presidency. The reality star turned presidential candidate who shook the political establishment by winning the White House now faces a reckoning for a hush money payment that buried in a sex scandal that in the final days of the 2016 campaign. In a statement, Mr. Trump lashed out at Mr. Bragg, a Democrat, and portrayed the case as a continuation of the politically motivated witch hunt against him, which ain't no fucking lie. This is a political persecution and election interference at the highest level in history, Mr. Trump said in a statement, calling Mr. Bragg a disgrace and casting himself as a completely innocent person. Mr. Trump has consistently denied all wrongdoing and says that he did not have an affair with porn star Stormy Daniels, who had been looking to sell her story of the tryst with Mr. Trump during the campaign. But yeah, whatever. Who cares if that's real or not, right? Who cares if Mr. Stormy or Miss Stormy Daniels got a little bit of the Trump D? Yeah? Who cares? Not me. Not me. On Thursday, 3 lead prosecutors in the case walked into the building where the grand jury, arriving minutes before the panel was scheduled to meet on 2 p.m. One carried a copy of the penal law with post-it notes visible, which was likely used to read criminal statutes to grand jurors before they voted. About 3 hours later, the prosecutors walked into to the court clerk's office through the back door to begin the process of filing the indictment. For weeks, the atmosphere outside the district attorney's office has resembled a circus, but the fervor has cooled in recent days, and the outskirts of the office were emptier on Thursday than they have been in weeks. Here's what you need to know. So yeah, that's where we're at right now, I guess. That's the start of the next big episode in craziness that we're all about to experience, because they're looking at taking this situation from us and making it into something fucking crazy, right? They already have security measures in place. New York City is on full lockdown. New York City has called in all available officers. Even if you weren't supposed to be working this week, or even if you were off or whatever, don't give a shit what your beat is. You're coming into work and you're going to be on station because shit's about to go down. That's what it is. The preparations have been going on for more than a week. Metal barriers now ring Trump Tower in Manhattan and criminal courts in the lower buildings of Manhattan. Stepped up patrols have been visible downtown. Law enforcement officials have been preparing for protests. All you New York City Police Department officers of all ranks have been called into duty in uniform on Friday. That means tomorrow, every single New York City Police Department officer, doesn't matter if you're the lowest of the low to the very tippity top, you gonna be on station tomorrow. Every single New York City Police officer. That's fucking crazy, bro. How many New York City? How many is there? How many New York City police officers are there? Wow. I don't know. I think that says 36,000 right there. It says with approximately 36,000 police officers, right? Yeah. So yes, the New York Police Department, one of the largest and oldest municipal employees in the United States, with approximately 36,000 officers and 19,000 civilian employees. Ay caramba. So yeah, there's going to be 36,000 cops in New York City tomorrow. Nobody fucking panic. I definitely wouldn't be flying my ass into that city for shit right now. No, sir. No, thank you. I'm not going to get in there. No, sir. I ain't going to be doing that shit. Yeah, what's this? What happens when Trump surrenders? Dude, do you think Trump's going to surrender? Because that's what it's being reported, I think, right here. Roz Alerts is actually saying that saying that Donald Trump is actually expected to turn himself on Tuesday. Yeah, and then Trump really just said, okay, see you next Tuesday. But yeah, apparently Tuesday's going to be the day that everybody's going to be online, which is crazy. So they're just going to keep all of the cops on the station, at the station, doing all the big shit for a little bit there, or is it going to be happening for a lot of it? I don't know. I went over to True Social to see what Donald Trump has been saying. And I mean, I guess his tweets have been kind of funny or whatever. These corrupt Democratic prosecutors from all their poorly run and very dangerous Democrat-run cities are not going to choose Republican nominee or the next president of the United States. They only brought this fake, corrupt, disgraceful charge against me because where I stand with the American people, and they know I cannot get a fair trial in New York City. Wow. I think he actually did post a whole statement on here. I'm looking for that right now. I think I had it pulled up, but yeah. My full statement. Oh, that's from Eliza Stefanik. Oh, here's another one. These thugs and radical left monsters have just indicted the 45th president of the United States of America and the leading Republican candidate by far for the 2024 nomination for president. This is an attack on our country, the likes of which has never been seen before. It is likewise a continuing attack on our once free and fair elections. The USA is now a third world country, a nation in serious decline. So sad. There's the statement. Jesus Christ, that's like the worst. It's like the worst. Why did it get so small? All right, here we go. This is political persecution and election interference at the highest level in history. That's what he says. There we go. From a time where I came down to the golden escalators of Trump Tower, and even before I was sworn in as your president of the United States, the radical left Democrats, the enemy of the hardworking men and women of this country, have been engaged in a witch hunt to destroy the Make America Great Again movement. You remember, like I do, Russia, 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 the Mueller hoax, Ukraine, 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 impeachment hoax 1, impeachment hoax 2, the illegal and unconstitutional Mar-a-Lago raid, and now this. Democrats have lied, cheated, and stolen with their reception to trying to get Trump. But now they've done the unthinkable, indicting a completely innocent person in the act of blatant election interference. Never before in our nation's history has this been done. The Democrats have cheated countless times over the decades, including spying on my campaign, but weaponizing our justice system to punish a political opponent who just so happens to be president of the United States and by far the leading Republican candidate for president has never happened before, ever. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, who was handpicked and funded by George Soros, is a disgrace. Rather than stopping the unprecedented crime wave taking over New York City, he's doing Joe Biden's dirty work, ignoring the murders and burglars and assaults that should be focused on. This is how Bragg spends his time. I believe this witch hunt will backfire massively on Joe Biden. The American people will realize exactly what the radical left Democrats are doing here. Everyone can see it. So our movement and our party, united and strong, will first defeat Alvin Bragg. Then we will defeat Joe Biden. Then we are going to throw every last one of these crooked Democrats out of office so we can make America great again. Damn. That's some pretty powerful shit right there, dog. I didn't even think that was going to be that powerful, but I feel pretty powerful after reading that. I feel like I got a little bit of going on right here, but this is to the point where now we have to worry, right? We definitely have to worry about where this is going to be going, because protests are not going to work, right? What is a protest going to do in the face of the Southern District of New York? Sure, people could go to New York City and they could protest outside of the courthouses and protest the DA's office, but that's exactly what they want. They want you to go there. They want to arrest you. They want to call you a radical domestic terrorist. So this is why you shouldn't go to New York City. You shouldn't go to Washington, D.C. You shouldn't go anywhere near those people. You should go nowhere near the locations that they've already set up. If they got barriers and shit there and a police escort, going there is just asking to get locked up. Is asking to become a political prisoner. You may disagree with me and be all like, oh, you're just not patriotic enough. I went to January 6th. I know better than thee. No, you don't. Because a lot of people got caught up for that shit. It's the ones that didn't get caught up are the ones that you really got to worry about. And sure, there was over 1 million people there, according to some reports, and it was only a small group of individuals that did shit. But then again, that small group of individuals, it was only the 1 or 2 that kind of fucking ruined it for everybody else, right? So this is just me being as open and honest as I can to anybody out there that's thinking of going out into the woodwork and doing things. I would say don't do it. I'd say keep on your social media, go out into your city and protest in your city. Don't cross state lines and go into somebody else's city. Don't think that you going outside and screaming and making a mockery of things or anything is going to help. That's what they want, right? That's why they have the media apparatus. That's why these news organizations exist. They have an entire setup that's already been put together, waxed and oiled and everything. And you think that a brand new group of individuals is going to be able to just show up and do the same thing that they do? They have a whole entire operation that follows them around. They know exactly how to get these news stories into different places. And if you decide that you want to take it forward, it's only one step. This Trump indictment feels like it's only just a part of something bigger. It's this Restrict Act that Josh Hawley put forward, right? Where they're asking to get all of the keys to the kingdom and be able to control the internet in a way that's never been understood before. And all of that's now going to get muddled under what's happening with the Donald Trump indictment. You got to ask yourself, is this just perfect timing? Or is there a more nefarious situation that is evolving in front of our faces here? Because kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you really think about it, guys. And what are they really arresting this dude for? They're saying that it's for this, but this guy says it's for something else.
And I am told by my sources that this is 34 counts of falsification of business records, which is probably a lot of charges involving each document, each thing that was submitted as a separate count in a couple of matters. And I am told by my sources that this is 34 counts of falsification of business records, which is probably a lot of charges involving each document, each thing that was submitted as.
Well, this guy says that it's 34 charges of document fraud? What? What does that have to do with Stormy Daniels and all this other shit? I don't know.
Of business records, which is 4 counts of falsification of business
falsification
records,
of business records.
Probably a lot of charges.
34 counts. False. Yeah. Falsifying business records. Because of experience and knowledge, blah, blah, blah. So this is what they're going after him for, at least according to CNN. The New York PL 17510 and 17515. Well, not commonly persecuted as forgery, grand larceny, or criminal possession of a forged instrument, falsifying business records in the first and second degree New York Penal Law sections 17510 and 17505, respectively, are extremely serious offenses. In fact, New York white-collar defense attorneys experienced in representing clients in falsifying business records at arrest and indictments can explain how easy it is for a savvy prosecutor to bump up a less than serious crime into a felony case or otherwise significant act to develop a viable misdemeanor case. Falsifying. The legal language establishing the degree of falsifying business records has specifically defined elements for terms that are not merely may but will impact on your case. These words, enterprise and business records, for example, have a specific meaning that you must discuss with your counsel. Simply, if you delete, alter, make, or a false entry into business records of an enterprise, you do so with the intent to defraud. You've run afoul of the misdemeanor crime. When you do so, you also have the intent to further or conceal another criminal offense, then you've committed a felony crime. Interesting. Equally important. Trying to understand the element is where the affirmative defense codified the New York penal law. If you are an employee and acting under the order of a supervisor and you're obtaining no benefit to alter the records in question, then you've committed no crime. Because of your potential exposure to a felony or misdemeanor conviction based on which you may be fairly insignificant conduct, it's critical to challenge not merely on the basis of probable cause of your arrest, legal foundation of a search by police, and a statement you may have made every element of these crimes. At bottom, you cannot leave any proverbial stone unturned. Like every other statute found in penal law, the criminal consequences and penalties of conviction for either PL 17505 or PL 17510 is significant, ranging from probation and community service to fines and incarceration. A conviction for the misdemeanor crime is punishable by as long as 1 year in jail, while the Class E felony offense has the potential penalty of up to 4 years in prison. So it kind of seems a little bit strange that they would be going on this, and I see King V and a couple other people in the chat mentioning that there's a statute of limitations involved. And Dave, thanks to Rich Sane for becoming a subscriber. Welcome to the show, my friend. Now get your credit card out and send us some money, because this is Griftcast and we love money. So, is this really, in fact, outside of the 5-year statute of limitations? Let's see. We'll search it. New York lawyers, New York Sedgit. There we go. Let's see. Falsify business records in the first degree. Class C felony. So yeah, they don't really have too much of this on here. And this is the most recent version of it. Person who is guilty of falsifying business records in the first D when he commits a crime of falsifying business records in the second degree is when the intent to do fraud includes the intent to commit another crime or aid and conceal the commission of thereof. Falsifying business records in the first degree is a Class E felony. Let's see if we can go. Get 05. And this one. Yeah. In the meantime, let's just try to disbar this guy. Falsify business records in the second degree. The person is guilty of falsifying business records in the second degree with the intent to defraud, makes the cause or false entry into business records of an enterprise, or alters, erases, obliterates, deletes, removes, or destroys the true entry of the business record of an enterprise, or omits a true entry of the business records of an enterprise in violation of the duty to do so, to which he knows to be imposed upon him by the law or the nature of his position, or prevents making a true entry or causes the omission thereof in the business record of an enterprise. Falsifying business records in the second degree is a Class A misdemeanor. So it's just basically New York state law. Oh, look, somebody, statute of limitations. Seems like a lot of people have looked this one up already, but we don't even see it. We don't even see it, dog. We don't see it, shit. Holy shit, we just got ourselves another super chat from Russell Dufresne. Or is it Dufresne? I don't know. Either way, he's a good dude. Thank you for that $20 super chat there, Russell Dufresne. And the interview with Chrissy was definitely pretty great. I figured we would take it into a different direction because I wanted to, get some history on her and see where she really was like at in this whole social media game. Because whenever you meet somebody like Chrissy that's very prolific on social media, you want to figure out where they're coming from. So it's just nothing but love and respect. And thanks a lot to Russell Dufresne for all of that. Yeah, isn't that weird? I don't see anybody talking about statute of limitations on any of this. Statute. Let's try that. 1 year in jail. Falsify business records. How long is the statute of limitations? Most felony offenses have a 5-year statute of limitations period. Misdemeanor offenses have a 2-year statute of limitation periods, while petty offenses usually have a 1-year statute of limitations. Oh, yeah. That's right. So even if they were to go at him for a felony thing, they would have to be getting him for something that happened 2018. Like that would be the latest that they would be able to do that. Right. So criminal code, huh? Very weird. I'm going to have the web read this out.
In New York, for most criminal offenses, the statute of limitations are listed in Section 30.10 of Criminal Procedure, Crimproc, portion of the New York Code. Some offenses such as rape and murder have no statute or limitations. Most felony offenses have a 5-year statute of limitations period. Misdemeanor offenses have a 2-year statute of limitation period, while petty offenses generally have a 1-year statute of limitations. The statute of limitations generally forbid the prosecution from charging a person with a crime when the criminal prosecution is not commenced within a certain period of time. The purpose of the statute of limitation is to make sure that convictions are based on reliable evidence. Over time, memories tend to fade and important evidence can be lost, which would prove a great prejudice to the person accused and likely result in a wrongful conviction.
Wrongful conviction?
New York's criminal procedure law, Corporal, Section 30.10 was last amended on April 30, 2014. Corporal Section 30.10 sets for specific time periods for the timeliness of prosecutions and periods during which those prosecutors are generally limited. Contact an experienced criminal defense attorney at law office of...
Well. You mean to tell me that... How are they even supposed to do this? Well, here we go. This is the only time.
Generally, a criminal action must be commenced within the period of limitation prescribed in the ensuing subdivisions of this section. For certain types of offenses listed in Corporal Section 30.10, 2a, however, the prosecution may be commenced at any time without any statute of limitation issue. Those offenses including any Class A felony, or rape in the first degree as defined in Section 130.35 of the Penal Law, or a crime defined or formally defined in Section 130.50 of the Penal Law, or aggravated sexual abuse in the first degree as defined in Section 130.70 of the Penal Law, or course of sexual conduct against a child in the first degree as defined in Section 130.75 of the Penal Law may be commenced at any time.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. So, there's no statute of limitations on these crimes, which we don't have a Class A felony for Donald Trump. We have a Class E felony for Donald Trump. So, let's see. 150 of penal law. Oh yeah, looks like he definitely wouldn't be in this issue either, because penal law 150 or 13050, criminal sexual act of the first degree, doesn't seem to be what he's dealing with, right? That doesn't seem to have anything to do with the Donald Trump case, does it now? No. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So looking at all of this, I am just confused, right? This seems... How are they coming after him? Okay, so they're going to set up the arrest, or maybe they have some more information that none of us have been privy to that upgrades this past an E-class felony, because even if it is 34 counts, right, of business, falsifying business records, allegedly what the CNN guy says, that doesn't seem to rise to the ability for them to circumvent the statute of limitation on said case, right? Because most of this stuff happened in 2016, 2017. I mean, it's 2023 now. Do the math. It doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense there. But if it's a politically motivated, contrived situation that we are all dealing with, then it kind of does make sense, right? It does make sense that they're going to do whatever they can do to try to screw this up for everyone. And now they're saying, as of 19 minutes ago, 20 Trump supporters outside of Mar-a-Lago, Florida, showed their solidarity when asked why she made a trek to Palm Beach. Loxahatchee resident Georgia McGeary said that she had to come for a fight for America. Lake Worth resident Nancy Sparks of 83 said the indictment was set off by Trump's presidential run. They would have let him They said they would get him, and they're trying. It's going to backfire, and the Democrats are going to wish they didn't mess with them. Ooh. Literally, though, the felony indictment charging Donald J. Trump with his role in a hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels in the days before the 2016 election includes more than 24 counts, according to 2 people with knowledge of the matter. Yeah. Is this because he did the Waco rally? I don't think this is because he did the Waco rally. I feel like this is because he's a dummy. But whatever. I mean, did you guys see this here from Pence? Mike Pence said the indictment of Trump is an outrage. That's what Pence said. And he said that to CNN Wolf Blitzer, I guess. He said, I think the unprecedented indictment of former president of the United States on campaign finance issue is an outrage, he said Thursday night, speaking to CNN's Wolf Blitzer during a CNN primetime interview. Let's see if we can actually find that. Is this the same thing? Donald Trump, business fraud. Let's see if they have the video over here. No, they literally don't have the video. Fucking CNN, you guys are so whack. Why didn't you just put the video in here? Why can't I just click this and watch the video, you asshole? You China asshole.
Charges involving each document.
All right, let's see if we can find this. Oh, yeah, we found it.
Grand jury. As you well know, as all of our
you had it there.
Voting
Why?
to indict
Why didn't you put it in the goddamn article? You should have.
He's now the first president, former president in American history to be criminally charged. It's a really significant development. I want to get your reaction to this unprecedented development.
Well, I think the unprecedented indictment of a former president of the United States on a campaign finance issue
There we go.
is an outrage.
Oh, it's an outrage? He doesn't seem very outraged.
For millions of Americans to be nothing more than a political prosecution that's driven by a prosecutor who literally ran for office on the pledge to indict the former president.
But it wasn't just, Mr. Vice President, excuse me for interrupting, it wasn't just the...
Excuse me for interrupting for Mr. Former Vice President. Yo, do you think Mike Pence is thinking that, damn, I might actually have a chance to win now?
The prosecutor,
Pence
the district attorney
2024
in New York who did this. This was a grand jury of some 23 people, and you need a majority
old
12 to go ahead.
Fucking old white hair having ass, white bread,
Well, I understand
fucking
that.
crack
And,
ass
for a long time since I was
motherfucker
in
over
law
here.
school, Wolf, but I remember
God
saying
damn.
you can indict a ham sandwich.
Lily
The
livered,
threshold, the burden of proof is
bologna,
very low.
white bread,
Prosecutors make
mayonnaise,
discretionary decisions about what they bring all the time. Federal
geriatric,
the Manhattan
Walker
DA
having
initially
with the little
delayed
yellow
it,
tennis
passed
balls
on
and
it.
shit, always
But
asking
when you
people
have
if they
an
want to
attorney
eat some
general in New
pudding and
York
shit.
Manhattan DA that targeted one particular American in their campaigns, I think that offends the notion of the overwhelming majority of the American people who believe in fairness, who believe in equal treatment before the law. And this appears to be just one more example, Wolf, of the kind of two-tiered justice system that the American people have had enough of.
Yeah. Is this a two-tiered justice system? Mike Pence? I don't know, Mike Pence. It seems like you had a chance a while back to help out. You fucked up, right? You fucked up. But yeah, maybe Mike Pence is just trying to get in here. Maybe he's just trying to get in here. Yeah, he's just trying to get into there and just get whatever he's going. There's some supporters of Donald Trump out here. Look at these chicks. Look at these babes. They got a speaker. They got flags. She got a flag in her pocket and shit. This chick be wearing an American flag dress. Dude, you know some Trump people be going to get some pussy for the night. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I would have been staying at Mar-a-Lago, though. You know what I mean? Dude, look at this ultra mega motherfucker right here. Armand Shalab of Boca Raton standing near his Jeep decorated with the pattern of the American flag. Yeah. America, that's fucking dope, dude. Should I get an American flag wrap on my Prius, dude? Should I get an American flag wrap on my Prius and then put Trump 2024 on it and shit? That'd be dope. That'd be super dope. Trump says Pence says Trump and Cohen's charges are different. Yeah, I bet that they are different. They are different, dudes. It is a different situation that we're all dealing with here. This is probably the newest, most craziest thing. And now they're saying that Donald Trump is now sending out a flurry of fundraising solicitations to Democrats and Republicans alike through super PACs because they need to be making some of that money. That's exactly right, National Jones. Dude, RFK and Donald Trump ran together. That would actually be a good ticket. I bet you that would be a great ticket for the both of them. As long as it's not the one that died or whatever, that's allegedly still alive or whatever. I don't know who fucking came up with that shit, but that shit's still fucking hilarious. That shit is hilarious. Hilarious. Sorry. Shit's hilarious or whatever. What is this 500 thing? Oh, that's that. So Donald Trump, the man himself that we're all looking into, trying to figure out, just been dropping different little tweets and stuff. Dude, he's got 5.4 million followers on True Social and he's only following 63 people. What do you talk about? Fucking Twitter pig. What a fucking pig, dude. What a fucking pig. Michael Cohen is the Tekashi 69 of politics. Yeah, dude, Michael Cohen better watch out, man, dude. There's gonna be some pissed off MAGA supporters that are gonna fuck him up, bro. You know that shit's gonna happen, man. I don't know. I hate calling that out, but I calls them like I sees them, and I feel like there's still gonna be some boomer ass QAnon people that are gonna see him in the streets and be like, motherfucker, we're gonna get your ass. Gonna get your ass. Gonna get that ass. Kind of makes you laugh because Jonathan Turley put this out, but he says, below is my column in the New York Post on the expected indictment of former President Donald Trump, an effort to reanimate the long-dead legal claim against Trump, but could reanimate his presidential campaign. Here's the column. It's moving. It's alive. It's alive. It's moving. It's alive. This scene from the 1931 movie Frankenstein came to mind this week when District Attorney Alvin Bragg prepared his indictment of former President Donald Trump. Yeah, I feel like everybody that's been talking about this has realized that this is the same thing that came back from a long time ago. So they're trying to get him on campaign finance shit. They're going to come up with some trumped up charges, no pun intended, and it's all going to kind of backfire, I feel like. It's all going to backfire on them rather spectacularly in the biggest way possible. Like, there's really no other way. So what can you do other than just trust the plan and just watch it play out? Because, I mean, I think that the overall thought process here for most Republicans and people that were Trump supporters is that this is fake and gay. Yeah, that's basically it. They're like, fake, gay. That's what they're saying, if you want to bring that old vernacular back. And then all the Democrats are probably like cooming right now where they're like, oh, he's gonna get indicted. We got him. So, the same shit that they were doing, when they tried to impeach him twice or whatever. So remember, he hasn't been arrested yet, but it's definitely a fact that he's gonna get arrested, right? He's probably gonna turn himself in, but you fucking know that they would just love to raid his fucking house. Like, if they go that far, I'm going to flip out, right? Like, if out of nowhere the FBI and like all these motherfuckers start raiding Mar-a-Lago and go arrest Donald Trump to take him to New York and shit, I would be blown away. But I don't expect that for it to happen. But I'm putting it out there because there's still a high probability chance within our local universal space-time that that's a possibility. Nothing has happened yet. Nothing stays in stone. We just have potential futures and variability. And right now, the two potential futures are that basically Donald Trump flies to New York City in his super dope President Trump jet, and they arrest him when he flies in, right? That's number one. Number two is that they don't wait that long. And today, tonight, tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, they go try to pick his ass up with the help of the FBI and they re-raid Mar-a-Lago. No question on whether that's going to happen. But if he ain't arrested by Wednesday, there's a strong possibility that something like that could happen. Right? This is the first time it's happened, right? Nobody's ever indicted a former president in that way. Nobody's ever put this together in this kind of way. This has never been the same thing that we've all seen, okay? You know, you thought that it was going to be the same, and it's not the same. Not the same at all. It's completely different from everything that we've all seen from ever, right? And we got to be very aware and forceful about how we're going to deal with this situation. And the situation should be, people should be being loud as hell on social media within the confines predefined by the social media. We cannot be effective battlers if we are not self-censoring our services, because you must remember that you are no longer up against people. You are up against people with AI bots that censor you. You get censored on Twitter, it's because you tipped off an algorithm with something you said, because it reads everything you say. If the Twitter thing says, hey, other users have reported that they don't like tweets like this, maybe you should rewrite it. That's the AI basically low-key telling you, like, you probably going to get suspended for this shit. You might want to wash out. And we already saw how things were dealt with this whole trans day of rage situation that we just dealt with, right? Do you not remember how that was handled? Lots of people were getting suspended and such over a whole lot of nothing. So in this current political climate, I have to implore you to be very, very specific over the next couple of months, nay, years, till the end of the election, because it looks like they're going to start it now. Because obviously, the first thing comes nonstop media coverage from the biggest news sources about the indictment situation. The entire news media circus gets refocused on the whole Donald Trump thing, right? And then we start hearing about anything else connected to anything bigger going on. Mainly like the Restrict Act, right? You know, and you got to remember that we're not a democracy, guys. This is a constitutional republic. They're trying to turn us into this thing called a democracy, right? But we've always existed as a constitutional republic, and the Democrats have always been here to change the government from a constitutional republic into a democracy so that they can have full control of everything. And these are the same people that had the same ideology that started the KKK and hated black people and loved slavery and stuff. Don't let them fool you into thinking that ain't their fucking goal nowadays. They're just really, really good at confusing people. So don't get twisted, right? We have to stand fast for Donald Trump, but there is nothing that you can do with the protest. And I have to put it bluntly. There's nothing that you're going to do other than give the media, the Democrats, and everybody else the ammo that they need. If you start going and protesting in front of buildings, creating scenes and stuff, that's exactly what they want, right? And if you're not trying to help them, you shouldn't be giving them what they want, right? The idea here is to be loud and vocal online and take very, very, very clear steps to protest in places where no danger can be involved to anyone. And that shows that whenever these protests start happening, because they're going to start happening, that means that something else is going to start rearing its ugly little fucking head. And isn't that called Antifa or whatever? Whenever there's protests, there's going to be counter-protesters. Correct? Don't be on either one of those sides, right? If you think it's safe and you can do it without acquiring the counter-protesters, then you're in a good position. Go ahead and do it. But if you start seeing that there are going to be there, then you need to start realizing that this is definitely a much deeper situation than anybody even cared to look into. I mean, America has been taking a lot of guff over this situation. Like, I just don't understand where we have gone as a country, right? But I kind of do already. It's the wokeness that has really destroyed everything for us. I mean, there's not a lot that we could say or do now to change anything about this, and I just don't get it, dude. You know, like, this whole entire thing tells us very clearly that these guys are not here for us. They're not here for the American people. Literally half of the electorate they don't give two shits about.
Donald Trump is not even a person anymore. He is a symbol. He is a symbol of the average, everyday guy that keeps getting screwed every single time. Watches other people screw up big banks, screw up their companies, and get away with it. They see people all the time doing stuff that they know if they did, they'd be in prison for 20 years. But because they're not part of the elite, they get away with it. Donald Trump has taken arrow after arrow, and that's why this is the way the average American feels tonight.
Yeah.
I hope that there's a few Democrats out there, but this guy has been taking the bullets for the average person now for years. And people on the right feel like he's the only guy that really gets what the people are feeling, and it's not gonna end well for the Democrats in the next election. It's just not. I don't know if Donald Trump is the winner or not, but I will tell you this: you're not going to stop 100 million people. This country is in shambles. And there's going to be 100 million people that will walk on broken glass and through fire to vote for someone other than this corrupt banana republic administration.
That's, I think, exactly right. Glenn Beck, wow.
Banana Republic administration. Because that's what we existed, bros. We're in a banana republic, right? It's hurtful for us to talk about our own situation like this, but it's where we are, dude. It is where we are. And no matter how much we look at these guys talking about how we're literally in the throes, right? They said that Donald Trump was going to be the last president of the United States. And I mean, he was. The United States as it existed as soon as Joe Biden got elected into office is no longer the place that it used to be. And I know a lot of you guys understand it. You feel it in your bones. You see it in the prices that you pay for things. You get it, right? It's no longer the same place that it used to be before. And whether it's all these new ideologies involving gender, mental illness, or whatever, the United States has fundamentally changed. And that fundamental change is going to keep pushing forward, just like I keep playing that really long intro with that guy saying all that really interesting stuff. That's very, very key. Their whole idea has been to make an equalization of powers in the eyes of people, because controlling consciousness is the key, right? A lot of people don't realize is that reality is a construct of the consciousness that resides inside of your head. Your entire reality is manipulated and associated based upon how people interact with that consciousness on various different levels, right? And right now, the consciousness of the world, or at least America, seems to be split. Or at least that's what they're trying to make you think. And I think that this is that conscious awakening point where a lot of Americans are finally going to see, again, this is again. And you're going to really, really find out that there's going to be people excited about this, and they're going to be screaming through the heavens. You shouldn't be going after them. You shouldn't be even dealing with them, because they're asking for an enemy. They're asking for somebody to fight with. And you don't want to be one of those people that they fight with. You don't.
And it's really historic, this moment that we're facing.
It is. It's historic. It's not necessarily good history that is being made. It's not that I oppose the indictment of a former president. I don't even oppose the indictment of a sitting president on constitutional basis. But this indictment, if it is reportedly following the theory that we've been talking about, is political. It's a raw political prosecution. Now, the indictment may come out with a crime that none of us have heard of, but for many months, this bootstrapping theory has been put out there. This idea that you could take a misdemeanor under New York law that has expired, that has a 2-year statute of limitations, and revive it by connecting it to a federal crime, in this case, the federal election violation. Now, there's a host of problems with that. First of all, it's a federal crime that the Department of Justice chose not to prosecute. Bragg's own predecessor declined to prosecute. But he is attempting to bootstrap that federal crime into a state case. And if that is the basis for the indictment, I think it's rather outrageous. I think it's legally pathetic.
Legally pathetic. Yeah, I think it's legally pathetic too. I think it's probably the most pathetic display of shit that we've seen thus far. This could have been done and handled a lot better, but it's just kind of insane. You know? It's insane.
Here, we have just gotten word former President Donald Trump has been indicted by a grand jury in New York. Trump was under investigation by the DA's office for his alleged hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 campaign. Here, we have just gotten word former President
Donald Trump has been indicted. Indictments. People have been indicted. So, what do we say about it of that other than, damn, son, they really went that far. We really are there. We're there in the most trying time that the United States is probably ever going to have to go through. And it just happened right now, right? It just happened right now. And is there anything else in the world that seems to have any type of connotation to this? Well, maybe. It's being reported that QAnon shaman Jacob Chansley is being released 14 months early from prison after January 6th footage showed him being escorted by Capitol Police inside the Capitol. Yes, Jacob Chansley, the 35-year-old, was released on Thursday after serving 27 months in prison. He had a 41-month sentence after pleading guilty in September of 2021. And he has now moved to a halfway house and is to be under routine federal guidelines. So yes, the QAnon shaman has been released from prison, right? So it's almost like they gave up one just so that they could maybe get another one. But it is a pretty good end to a rather shitty situation, because I know many of you in the chat were just like me, watching all of the shit go down during the January 6th riots. I remember live streaming that shit and getting a deleted live stream from YouTube because we were promoting an incitement of violence or whatever. But I remember watching this live and watching this guy live being escorted by Capitol Police around places. I remember watching the live feeds of this guy being inside the Capitol, right? And doing his screaming and stuff and being let in there by the cops. Like, I remember all of this very, very fucking clearly, okay? So, earlier this week, Chansley was transferred from FCI Safford Federal Prison in Arizona to a community confinement in Phoenix after serving 27 months in prison. And now he's going to be in a halfway house in probably Phoenix, Arizona, where he's going to once again be able to walk around and hang out, which is really great for him, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's either routine or unroutine or whatever, but something else is coming up. You know, is there going to be sparrows this guy's going to be casted? It's just some good news in an otherwise day of terrible news, right? Terrible news. And speaking of terrible news, or however, maybe just terrible people, get a load of this one.
And one of the things that we saw during the midterm elections is that people don't want their freedoms to be taken. They want us to fight for their freedoms. And so it is shameful, it is disturbing, and our hearts go out to the trans community as they are under attack right now. And one of the things that we saw during the midterm election.
What? Your heart goes out to the trans community for that? Like, I don't understand what the hell be happening with all that. Oh, yeah, the trans community's under attack right now. Karine, Jean-Pierre, whatever your name is. Okay, yeah, they're the ones that are under attack. Cool. I thought that they were the ones that were, committing attacks on individuals or whatever, but, I guess I could have been wrong. I guess I am wrong, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm not wrong. I may am not wrong. Here's Libs of TikTok meeting with ABOC.
Ethics complaint to your office because you lied about me in the community.
Oh, hi.
Yeah,
No, actually,
I never inspired them for
No, you're actually super transphobic, and I never want to share space with you. Thank you.
Wow.
Delivered an ethics complaint to your office because you lied about me in the community.
Oh, hi.
Yeah,
No, actually,
I never inspired them for
No, you're actually super transphobic, and I never want to share space with you. Thank you.
Ooh. Damn, dude. Libs of TikTok. Libs of TikTok creator is super transphobic and she never wants to talk to her. But yeah, she served AOC with an ethics complaint in a hearing. Whoa. That's so amazing in a lot of different ways, baby. It's so crazy. It doesn't even make any sense. Doesn't even make any sense what some of these people be doing when they're over here on the channel. It does make a lot of sense, though, that these people are always going to be around, right? Like, it's kind of crazy that Rycheck was able to get next to her and actually get this video and make it happen, but should just kind of show you that these people are never going to stay with you, right? They're never going to stay with you. They're never going to be real with you. They're always going to be lying to you about who they are. The second that you get close to them and you start talking with them, they're either going to A, run away, or B, make up some more insane lies about you. Insane lies about you. Which is just it. Yep. So, Trump's probably going to end up turning himself in for this one, and that's where we were going to be at. Our movement is under attack, right? They're trying to throw President Trump into jail. Sure, they might be utilizing some shady tactics or whatever, but this one's definitely going to be the next big thing that's going to take up all of our times, right? All of our time, but maybe all the news people's times. It's just up to us to show them how we are going to spend that time, right? Are we going to be spending more time on the news? Or are we going to be doing something else? King V, yeah, he should hand himself in on April Fool's Day. That would be true. And remember, they're going after the current front runner in the 2024 election on the Republican side. They're trying to stop him from being able to run. Now, even if he did get indicted and impeached or whatever, if he gets indicted and is found guilty, I don't even think that still stops him from running. But it's going to be the new big soap opera that everybody's going to be talking about. So just remember how they dealt with it, how we dealt with it the last couple of years, and do better. That's really all I can that's really all I can say in this situation. And with that, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Donald Trump's been indicted, and shit's about to get real crazy, my friends. So don't forget about the Restrict Act, because that's more important than all of this. They're trying to make you not think about that. They're trying to make you not speak up about the Restrict Act, and that should be really what you're focused on. And the more that you're not, well, we could be living in a completely different world starting next year. Think about that. Either way, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this up with your friends. I appreciate all the folks over there on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, DLive, Twitter. They hung out with us for this little bit. And we'll see you guys again on the next one. Thank you very much for being here with us, and we'll see you again on the next one. Adios. Much love to you. Bye-bye now.